was his best partner.
That's true.
Yeah, it was funny because right when NA ended, I did one more panel with the SEA guys, and in the very first game, Troll was like first.
Our mid lane matchup here, we got CCNC on the Storm Spirit going against 10K Abed. 9K versus 10K here. Storm Spirit versus Puck. Puck at 10 and 2. CCNC at 9 and 0. This one seems to be neck and neck for now, but as the game pans out and as the levels come online, who do you end up getting on this one? I mean, is it not the Storm Spirit favored until he gets to his level 6?
No, it's still fine. With the first Knight, the Night Stalker can change much on that mid lane.
That's good. He moves in and gets the opponent's bounty rune. Oh, I missed the first blood there. It's actually going to be in the bottom lane.
The one electric vortex, so he can pull them for the extra few hits, especially if Night Stalker rotates. But Night Stalker is on bottom.
Yes, he is. He's got an Iron Shell. Stan King already set up with a Thunder Strike. He could glimpse back if necessary, and there it is, pulling him away from the Dazzle, who is able to get the Grave off, but he's starting to run away from his friends, and then he will be quickly dealt with. Yawar is able to pick. May break out here, Lacoste. We have a smoke coming in from DC towards the bottom lane. Stan King has spotted it out, and it looks like he'll be the one to tank the gank. He has sent Bulba all the way back, but Abed will be able to jump on forward and get the finish.
Abed is 2 levels above Storm Spirit, now 1.5.
So, it looks like CCNC has put himself back in the lane, though, up here at the top. Still 0-0 and 0, but that is about to change. It looks like bottom lane. Forev has made his move in, and they counter it already with a Static Storm. And once CCNC shows up, they make quick work of the Timber Saw.
Oh, they have a pull with a Storm.
Yep. And Dubu tried to TP away, but whether he was banking on the pull or not for CC.
Breaker. With the Spirit Breaker, you want to dominate that early 10 minutes of the game, but that did not happen.
Now another move under Forev. They just took him down. Can they do it a second time? He tries to Timber Chain backing away, but the power is just too strong from Freedom. This 3-mod is just going full force, and this nighttime is just proven to be very bloody.
There it is. First vehicle attempt.
It's the Bulba Bomb coming in, charging on forward, looking to go for Yawar, and it's going to be successful. They cancel out his TP. They pop out Mason. They're still trying to get a hold of him. Mason is able to charge on forward and get the finish there. CCNC trying to dance around with Bulba a bit, but now has to walk on back. Mason's making chase. Oh my god, can they finish him? Oh, it looks like they will be able to make it away. But look at this. Abed's made his move from behind. Gets a good catch onto Flea with the coil and should be able to get the finish. Bulba also in a bit of trouble, but look at that. The Grave is able to come out. Stan King wants to fight it forward and will be able to get off the Thunder Strike that will ultimately get the
timing. They should pressure the top tower. It's pretty low.
Looks like they are doing exactly that. Flea takes to the skies up over the trees, moves right in, hits the silence, and Forev gonna be going down for a 5th time on his Timber Saw
from Veil, Puck, and Knight in it.
With this move, though, as they try to charge in onto Yawar, there is an approach coming in from behind from the Freedom front, and look at this, a move right onto Abed, a vacuum pullback, but it's just off the mark! They still will be able to get the finish onto Abed, the follow-up kill's there, and they're still successful, taking down the 3.
Whoa! Reward on mid doesn't reach the other forward, so it's good for DC.
Uh-oh. Right in, there goes the Veil, there goes the bomb. Yawar tries to man up with the ult, but like you were talking about, there's really no chance of survival when you kind of get...
You might consider going for a Manta style this game instead, just to remove the silence, remove the open wounds from Night Stalk, from Lightstealer.
Ooh, move in! Stan King tries to slow them down by dropping the Static Storm, but they get the vacuum pullback coming out from Snake King! Oh man, Freedom! Punch DC right in the face!
Whoa, I'm getting chills. Team Freedom is pulling off.
Dang, Snake King. Just faintly misses the mark on the first one, begins a huge connection there, and Mason
has no mana.
Running out and trying to make it away from that battle, has been spotted and being chased down from Flea with the Iron Shell, and as you mentioned, mana not there for Mason, so he has really nowhere to run. Maybe turn it,
the balls.
Go to the Golem or something. Can't find anywhere. Pretty much had all that top lane to work with, and then made 2 big team fight participations. Oh, they spotted Bulba. That will be an easy kill. That will be an easy Bloodstone charge for CCNC. Freedom are sweeping through. Stan King's already dropping down wards. They've taken high ground positioning here as they make a long approach all the way over and into the mid lane where Snake King is currently standing. And they make a hard shot for Mason. Mason, though, is hit with the Grave. Tries to go for a TP, but the glimpse is going to be there. Now Mason, furious about it, tries to take down Stand King. He is able to take down Stand King, man. Mason hits hard. Hides in the catapult, but the catapult gets taken down from the tower, and he's still alive and well. Forev's able to jump back by his side, and Freedom are stuck on the back end side, trying to fight under their own wall. Mason,
damage. Deso into AC, I guess. A Basher, they want to lock down for a storm.
They found Flea. Flea was moving in, trying to get a hold of that Invis rune. Snake King shows up. They're all spread in. He wants to chop at him a bit with his Ion Shell, but they're moving in hard. He helps out with the pipe. Now the move's there from CCNC. Coming in from behind, when with the vacuum, they quickly take out Bulba. Static Storm going to be dropped, but it doesn't find anyone to lock inside. Forev now wants to get into the fight. Moving in, trying to slash apart Snake King here. They need a bit more, and they will get it. Abed from the back end side moves in and pops out all of the damage to be able to clean things positioning here. Flea's trying to rush his way that direction, but CCNC has found a juicier target in Dubu. Moves right in, pulls him back, and Flea will tag him up with a silence just to be safe. DC now show themselves in the lane.
Did both teams just use a scan?
Radiant scan. Oh, they've spotted out.
Now they can
Dazzle.
take a fight.
Yeah, they want to run in. Now there's no Shallow Grave. There's no Dazzle to worry about. They want to see what they can get a hold of here. And they spotted out Forev. Forev and Mason and Bulba all caught under the Static Storm, but they're able to man fight it forward and take out CCNC super fast. Mason trying to survive. He hides within the Infest, pops it back out, and is now able to shred apart Freedom. Snake King, wounded and weak, trying to run back and away. CCNC could be back in about 4 seconds time, but this fight seems to be already over and in the favor of Digital. Bail them out. Comes Freedom, though, crawling their way through the bottom lane. They find an opportunity to make a quick jump play and take out the Dazzle. Free charge going to be earned for CCNC, but Bulba sets up an opportunity for a counterplay, charging into action. Now CNC is going to be left with very little to no mana to work with. They pop the pipe, Snake and Flea and company all try to go for a run, but Abed's on the chase. They're going to be forcing out a malnourished. They'll come back into the game so fast that it might end up working the better by baiting out an early feed like that one. Here comes Digital Chaos sieging into the high ground, the first high ground push of this grand final. Trying to take it into the Freedom, but Freedom already tag up their first shrine. A hit onto Mason. Flips him back inside, and now he wants to man fight a bit. There's going to be the coil committed plus the troll ulti. They're trying to hide within the coil, but then frantically move about, and finally they put their focus all onto Yawar, and they're going to be able to bring him down. He does have a buyback, but otherwise he's going to be out for 50 seconds. CCNC dances in and out a bit, but already low on the mana. Mason's going to be happy to move right back in. Go to work onto this tier 3. He still even holds his Aegis. Now they put their focus onto CCNC. They hit him with the silence, and he's going to be forced to deny. But he has no buyback, so he's out for 30. Yawar's back in action right now, but it's just looking disastrous for Freedom. This is looking all DC all day, moving in, forcing Flea back inside their fountain. It looks like they found an opportunity to make a move onto Bulba and take him out of the fight, but Mason is still working with the objective at hand. 2 more attacks should be able to take out the Rax. The first one, Forev will pay the price for it. He gets off to deny at the end too. Very nice stone. But it is nighttime. They can go for one last little bit of action as he jumps up to the mid lane. Abed is able to get off the shift. Can they finish him off? No, the Grave comes off. They can't get to the Dazzle and silence him. All focused onto that puck. And now comes out another counterfight opportunity going for DC. They send Abed back and away. They get the coil onto Snake King. He goes for the TP and he will be able to make it out, but the focus down the mid lane is going to be on Stand King, and he will not be as fortunate. He goes down. Abed picks up that as he ascends into the mid lane. Oh my god, look at the damage on this tower.
And that's AC Desto.
Jumping from CCNC. This is a straight up jump. He's not looking at TV, back to the fountain, and puts all of his focus onto Mason. Mason is going to get hit with the Grave. They have the Static Storm, the pullback vacuum, the kinetic field, all to hold him inside. But can they even get down that Aegis? No! They turn back onto CCNC, and they will be able to finish him off. He's forced to buy back as this is the final hurrah for Freedom for game number 1. DC could back out now, make the safe play, and really have a leverage in this game, but it seems like that might be the play. Freedom are in desperation mode at this point. After repositioning, it looks like they're not going to be able to get anything from this, and they straight up throw in the towel. Game number 1 of this grand final is going to belong to Digital Chaos.
Wow. They had so much lead that they blew it all the way.